The Claude. So what does this leave for Donut?
I think Irithel or Bruno.
Bruno or Akar? No, not yet. Still not.
I do like the. I think that they should be picking up the marksman right now because it's not like they can be countered easily.
Your team
Do we like the Clint? Do we like the Clint?
Oh no. Instead of the XP lane, they're not revealing too much yet for NXPLE EVOS.
Wow, so you still go Balmond this time for TNC?
SD on the Balmond?
Yeah. And you're looking for a tank, right? The Diggy is out, so the Atlas will have a great time in this one. Maybe a Matilda or a Cho.
Cho's bad.
Oh, Cho's bad. Yeah.
Oh,
Although Matilda could be a great option though for the Eve.
they're very pick-off. The
Yeah.
centric.
The
in that
Julian
case.
is still there. I wonder if TNC with Escalera can
yeah.
play that.
Ben Things? Selena?
Why not? I mean,
Well, open it.
I know he can. I know he can.
priestess of primal lightning.
oh, it's needed. All right.
Instead. So it's either Selena Rome.
Should be a Balmond?
Those are not Balmond numbers.
Yeah.
No, it's a Thams.
All right.
Throwback.
Yeah. Okay, for TNC.
All right. So you
Going back
are
to chapter 1, I guess.
looking for. Honestly, there's a lot. Like Irithel is there, the Bruno is there. I would prefer the Irithel, but interesting to mention the Clint.
Yeah.
So focus on the early stages of the game. I want to look for an AoE damage though, because if you have the Atlas, surely you have the Eve, but you want more physical damage that can supplement the Atlas initiation.
Brody, I don't know. Maybe?
Brody's tough.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bite on TNC.
Yeah.
So you're gonna regret that. I actually like Clint here. Thanks to Onic Philippines, I now appreciate Atlas Onic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Atlas Clint.
Atlas
Yeah.
Clint.
Right?
The combination.
Yeah, because you technically don't have an AoE, but you attack everyone anyways.
It's an
So
Irithel, I
it's like
think.
a mini blazing duel.
Yeah, so that's not it. It's gonna be
Oh.
safer burst.
Yeah, I mean, an AoE.
Yeah, AoE. Also, movement speed low for TNC.
Okay. So while we are looking for like very interesting picks, NXPLE EVOS just goes for their default composition,
Yeah.
which is not too bad at all.
One thing though that is not exactly as default. Renegade on the Uranus.
Okay.
XP lane, Randy J.
It's not as mechanically, how do I say, intricate as the Hitman usually does.
Yeah,
This is more of a James hero.
it is. It is. I agree. Maybe one thing that can spice it up is the fact that Renegade thinks as if he controls the map. So maybe we can go for those quote-unquote backdoor plays that the panel talked about. Maybe. Or
Yeah.
maybe control the macro with this Uranus. It's just really disappointing to see an eternal battle for both these exilators.
Yeah,
Like,
knowing Randy J.
Cram and Renegade, you want to see them duke it out, right? Like, you pull up the punches, but it's gonna be a
The best of them now have to just do this, press a couple of buttons for about 5 minutes before things actually happen.
Yeah.
Welcome to game 1. I hate to start the game on such a sour note. It's actually quite the matchup. Both teams
I agree,
struggling to stay in contention and make it into the playoffs for the 10th season of MPL. TNC versus NXPLE EVOS. Oh, quick skirmish in mid.
Right away on to the pokes by Yelays and Mycophobia. But going back to your note early on, one thing that we're also seeing maybe for Renegade, he wants to adapt on how the team will perfectly work for this dynamic.
And one thing that the NXPLE should be watching out for is the speed of the Thames. This is one of the fastest, if not the fastest jungler that we have right now. As you are seeing, he already have cleared out 2 of his jungle creeps.
What? Did it got stolen? Nope.
No.
Kazen got it. Kazen got it.
So you saw SDZYZ, his speed of jungling is even further amplified by the fact that Escalera can just plant out the traps. So NXPLE EVOS' answer is to utilize the Eve as well to help out Kazen for a little bit. That was a very scary move coming out from NXPLE, but at least they do weather the storm. TNC's potential invasion with the Thams.
They didn't get burned.
Yep.
No,
We're
not yet.
so close.
very
It's
close.
just now that SD picked up his ult. If he had it earlier, whoa, we would be looking at a different story here for Kazen. Now Cram pulling him away. Oh, this did buy quite the level gap. I mean,
Exactly.
that much XP.
Yeah, and we're seeing actually a slow pace game even for the gold laners as well, for Yasuo
Yep.
and Donut. So mainly they're mostly focusing on the objectives
Yep.
for NXPLE EVOS.
Because what happens is if you help your jungler take the buff. If you're not a roamer, you will take away half of the EXP from there. And what TNC did, using the traps, you're not in the range. Oh my! Scratch what I just said. It didn't matter in the end. The EXP gap is not a problem for Kaizen.
Going back to the panel, our good friends on the couch, Santi and Nice, who did say, hold up!
And it's still going for the trade. But the first blood, still TNC gets that. We were just talking about Kaizen.
Yeah,
earlier.
What a punish on the Hitman, but no, again, that move that Kaizen did, the turtle steal, reminiscent of one John Paul Salonga.
Yeah.
He does that a lot.
And the inspiration. We're just seeing how Kaizen is easily adapting on how NEXPLAY EVOS works around the map.
The NEXPLAY way.
The NEXPLAY way, on how controlling the map. One thing they're trying to give a solution for is the macro control against TNC. That's the suplex followed by Pentanks. That's going to be 2. Going for the real manipulation, but still onto the counter. It's SDZYZ going for Kaizen, but NEXPLAY EVOS still surviving them. And Kaizen takes the kill, but Escalera trades for 1. But one thing or another, the damage connecting to Donut, and Yelly Hayes will retreat back, and TNC for that skirmish.
Escalera is not done just yet. Mycophobia blocks him off. What a sick combo you saw with Edith suplex into the arrow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no waking up from that. Fortunately, Mycophobia is a tank naturally, so he's able to at least still land the Fatal Links, which aided NEXPLAY to get 1 kill. Very close for Kaizen as well as SDZYZ. Fortunately for the NEXPLAY EVOS fans, it was Kaizen who took the first kill before he was taken out. However, this still is a problem for NEXPLAY, as TNC is now leading by 1,000 gold, or 1.6k is actually a lot in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yep, up top, not much of a problem. If anything, it's Renegade who's feeling a little more frisky. Again, you saw how deep he was cutting the lane.
Yeah.
So that may have been a situation of once bitten, twice shy. He may not be doing such risky maneuvers in the next few minutes of this game. Speaking of which, this gives us a few moments to digest exactly what's going on.
Yep.
One thing I did notice in that relatively unfortunate
NEXPLAY on how they rotate, but now TNC gets a good view on taking the turtle.
All right, no tricks from Kaizen here.
No, not yet.
Okay. It's quite a sustainable lead that TNC was able to get. I imagine that they will try to stretch this come the second turtle of the game. Oh, the third turtle, I mean. As they have control early on. Renegade prioritizing the dominant size. That is the natural item that you get when you're facing the eternal battle between like Esmeralda and Uranus. I would reckon that Cam will do the same. But this time, Yelly Hayes will pick up the Enchanted Talisman. I think that this will be a slower mid-game that will only erupt when there's either an initiation coming out from TNC or from the Fatal Links of Mycophobia.
Boiling, it's boiling.
I can feel it. I can feel the kettle whistling right now. Kaizen gets with 2 knockoffs here. One thing that they're trying to consider, but Cram here is trying to target 1. Kaizen being diverted out to attack, but it's Donut trying to get the damage right into Cram. But still, TNC manages to get in with Mycophobia. Fatal Links onto 2. But TNC right now receiving damage from Donut, going to be backing away. But Yasuo can't do anything that much. Easily with the counters.
I love it. Yasuo was screaming, "Get out of my backyard!" No, this is my boomstick. He was holding onto the shotgun. I love it.
I love the idea though for NEXPLAY EVOS. As you saw, they completely wrapped around with TNC instead of like relying on the Fatal Links. As Renegade really messes up with the buff and takes it away from TNC.
Rene Steel with the buff.
Oh yeah.
Just cutting down lanes and just giving vision. He's doing 2 things for NEXPLAY EVOS right now.
From Hitman to Heistman.
Yeah. Exactly.
How did he do that? That's such a very specific way to do things. He saved the Ionic Edge.
Yeah,
well,
sure.
If we're talking about NEXPLAY, that may be the Rene way.
Yeah, the Rene way.
Yeah.
He timed the duration of the Ionic Edge stacks as well as the cooldown of the stacks, because there's a little bit, a very small window when you can actually keep the stack still while holding onto your Ionic Edge.
So that's how he used this less mechanically intricate hero in his own way.
Right.
Something new. Something new for Renegade, but still, NEXPLAY EVOS respecting, not getting into the contest of the turtle though, but with the trade down bottom, it's the turret. Renegade still trying to divert SDZYZ from going back for reinforcement. But Mikophobia gets stunned here by 2. Ejected state gonna be used for a retreat back. But Kaizen is still doing with the 8 with the pushes down bottom.
I'm loving this. Fellas, we kind of set up how this might be a more macro-focused NEXPLAY EVOS. They traded Turtle for 2 turrets, bro.
Yeah.
Still going for the possible comeback here, but looking at the gap here.
And they shrank it.
Yeah, easily the gold right there, just almost 800. But looking at one thing, I've seen Yasuo use the sniper onto Donut, also cost him almost half HP.
Yeah. And now he's getting there. He has got the Blade of Despair for the Matrix. Yasuo is going to be really scary in the upcoming minutes. I think that they gave him some of the farm in the mid lane.
Things going down deep. The side of NEXPLAY EVOS, that was a concealed counter for TNC. That's the snipe, missing out. Mikophobia, it's still a retreat for TNC.
Oh, they burned out the sprint for Donut. Renjing just goes back to controlling the lanes. The TNC, they kind of require a lot of heroes in their bubble if they want to take out NEXPLAY EVOS, which kind of means that they have to call Crown from time to time into the fight. Gonna be a lack of, there will be issues for TNC's damage output in the late game, but they will not be having any problems at all with their crowd control.
Yeah.
Let's see, like the Earth Splitter, I think, or Earth Shatter from Ben Things, as well as the onward suplex that we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
And obviously in the latter portions of the game, Selena's arrows will be more spammable.
Yeah, and also with the burst though, but Mikophobia uses the flicker from the ejected state. Here comes the counter. Escalera gets down 1. It's Kaizen, but Crum coming from the back lines, but still going to be Donut, the primary target of TNC, jumping down with the falling star mode. It's still going to be Donut. Cram takes the kill, and a trade as well for Yell Haze, making it a double for NEXPLAY EVOS, but still TNC tries to pull out one. Renegade is still sustaining the fight. Still NEXPLAY EVOS, that's a 2-for-2 trade. That action.
Definitely TNC the happier team in that, as they took out Donut. They did lose 2 other members, but the fact that the value of the kills that they got in that fight, after the fact that there weren't any more battle spells that are available for NEXPLAY EVOS apart from Renegade's sprint, makes it even a more rewarding fight for them.
Yeah. One thing also, Mikophobia missed or used the flicker though, trying to initiate under the turret of TNC.
Yeah. If you were NEXPLAY, you were already happy that Yasuo had to commit the flicker. Afterwards, I think that you should have backed down if you're NEXPLAY EVOS, because you already burned out an important battle spell. But instead, they obliged to the fight, and TNC punished them for it.
And this is what we're talking about. It's a lot more all-in for NEXPLAY EVOS. They had to make a decision. Do we go in? Do we spend this? Or do we let it go? They made the call, oh, we're going to try. We're going to try. And somewhere, somehow, it was half-hearted because, again, TNC, their CC's so good. So you can't blame NEXPLAY EVOS for some of the members to go, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And now that's led to TNC starting this Lord dance.
Yeah, it's still a respect for NEXPLAY EVOS, trying to look at the possibilities on how they could be countered. But one thing they're trying to look out here is maybe to contest this Lord. They're having troubles taking the second turtles though, second and third turtles. So probably now they would want to have secure this objective. Suplex. That's it for Ben Things, going on half health. But here comes Mikophobia from the ejected state plus conceal. Will he get 2? But the damage, he gets only 1. But the counter is the real manipulation from the side of Yelly Haze. But still NEXPLAY EVOS still not getting 1. It's still exchange fire for the trades. They're still trying to burn out TNC from this fight.
Again, nature of the beast. They had to spend their ults, and again, they weren't layered the right way. So that's what led to just, what, a skirmish.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is really very tough for NEXPLAY EVOS, as they wanted to go for the initiate. And Mikophobia really tried so hard to get into position, but TNC already holding their ground. And not only that, TNC are actually winning the macro battle, as they naturally took out top lane. Or will they? I think they will. Yes, they will. And this is a result of Renegade not controlling that lane.
Being bursted down by Yasuo onto the death bush. Those were 3 members of TNC. Just controlling the map, and takes 1 for the setup of this Lord.
It's overkill.
Yeah.
Could have honestly been Yasuo and someone else. It doesn't matter. Even if you're Uranus, he had the Wesker, but wait!
He gets down 1, but the setup coming in from Yelly Haze would be enough. But still, Cram is going to get in with the front lines on the side of NEXPLAY EVOS. Still a back away, but the Lord has been taken by TNC.
TNC will be very happy about the result. They get the turtle. They get the Lord. They get a turret in the middle after taking out the top lane turret. And they still have plenty of firepower with this Lord marching up top. And not only that, their battle spells are ready. You have Yasuo with the flicker. In just a moment, Bentix will be back to the fight with the flicker himself, and then Cram with his own sprint. It was kind of a free push for TNC, or at least they forced out the holy defense passive of the turtles.
Yeah, so we're looking at top lane being the main weak point for NEXPLAY EVOS. They have to start defending that, leaving Renegade there to push the lane, make sure lane equilibrium is good. But where do they find the team fight? That's what I'm asking here. That's what I'm looking at, because the uptime for TNC is just so damn high. They can take fights left and right, even if, let's say, they spend the suplex, the ult on the transform on the Edith. Even if Yasuo just fails a shotgun to the face, that's okay. They can bide their time. They can weave in and out.
Yeah,
That's right.
and also, they keep on diverting Renegade to just put it in one lane. And one thing that NXPE needs right now is the defense, or even the sustain, because of the damage that you were trying to say here, Leo and Wolf. Because right now, just want to keep on pushing down bottom, but giving NEXPLAY EVOS a lot of attention, a lot of diversion on how to control the map.
Man, with the with the economic lead that TNC had right now, it's gonna be very difficult, because the blade armor is already available for the Esmeralda. Mycophobia almost spotted out. Well, he was spotted out. He had to back down, but that was a promising position coming out from Mycophobia. Unfortunately, NEXPLAY EVOS couldn't find the opening.
Slowly but surely, you know what this about 5K gold is looking at for me?
Yeah.
It's one hero. What it feels like for NEXPLAY EVOS is it's one hero. It's one man on the board that TNC can freely use, whether it be in the form of more damage or just leaving traps. Those traps are lethal. Those traps are more than just information. It actually leads to better positioning so that TNC can freely do what they want. It's this last tier 2 in mid that NEXPLAY EVOS has to hold on to before they can even start thinking, you know what, let's not even contest these lords. Because this is their last contestable lord.
Yeah, they need to respect the fact that the damage out of TNC right now is so high that they can't risk getting 2 plays at once. Because right now we're seeing how TNC balancing this is they're trying to bait in NEXPLAY EVOS to get this objective. But if they can be smart enough to attempt the backlines, because TNC right now, they have the vision, they have the burst, they have the follow-up. So one thing that NEXPLAY can maybe utilize on is to save onto these ultimates while they can, because that's their only way of getting back on the track.
Something tells me if this is a lord that goes to TNC for free, it's a base defense for NEXPLAY.
Yeah. Looking at that possibility.
Gonna be down. Now, this time Renegade is going to control the other lane, or the opposing lane from the Lord, which is natural. Gonna be able to push that. I wonder if he's gonna stay. No, he decides he wants to go and help his teammates out. Positions himself in mid.
Oh, Mycophobia is on the ejector stick. Will he get one? Will he get one? But Yasuo secures the Lord. It's going to be a breakout right now for a fight, but Cram is going up against 4, against NEXPLAY EVOS, targeting down Donut. There's no damage right now for NEXPLAY EVOS, but still they're going to go back and retreat, but it's TNC still chasing down 3 members of NEXPLAY EVOS. That's a 2 trade plus the Lord.
Oh man, a disaster for NEXPLAY EVOS. They try to go for the Chica play and try to go and rush towards Yasuo. The problem with those kind of strategies is that if you fail horribly, your marksman is going to be left open. Because as you imagine this, imagine like 4 men of your team like going for the backlines of the opposing team.
Yeah.
At a certain point, if you're not able to find the jump onto the enemy backliner, your own backliner will be exposed. And that's exactly what happened with Donut. They left him open and everybody got a piece of that donut through the box of NEXPLAY EVOS.
Yeah, talking about a dozen donuts, right?
Exactly.
Original glaze.
Yellow haste.
Yeah. Completely being sweet.
Speaking of Yelly Haze, he's deathless so far.
Mycophobia, another casualty. That's immortality being used in the side of Mycophobia, but SDZYZ is not letting him go back to the base. Right now, TNC's eyeing on taking this turret.
Yeah, young Daniel Baltaanon is still deathless.
Yeah.
So that is him using his space, using the zoning, and of course, the kit of this battle mage, the Eve. With that being said, a base defense is still very much possible. There's very few purifies from TNC, and none at all actually. There's very little cleanse that they can use on demand. So with that being said, NXPE, yes, this is dire. Yes, this is bad. They're down about 9K. It's looking like it's inevitable, but maybe one more turnaround. One front to back.
Yeah. I love that we're talking about the comeback potential of NEXPLAY EVOS right now. Mycophobia, the fatal links of Mycophobia are the most important thing that he can save on. Even this flicker, one miracle set, Atlas can turn things around, even on the late game, but it requires so much timing and not getting that mistake again on letting Donut out in the open.
It's possible that even if you hit it on Ben things or Cram, if you can damage them, that could do it.
Yeah. That is definitely true. You can't give up on trying to control Yasuo because it kind of feels like Yasuo is just on fire with his positioning.
Yeah.
And the rest of the game is just controlling and saving him all the time.
But even on his deathless, Renegade jumps again! Right on 2-3! But there's a follow-up again for NEXPLAY EVOS, but Cram is gonna go and divert the attention again. Who's gonna be the target for NEXPLAY EVOS? Not sustaining the fight. Mycophobia is down, and TNC is on fire! Another missed position, but Mycophobia again for NEXPLAY EVOS.
The second time NEXPLAY EVOS tried to do that.
Man, how would NEXPLAY EVOS should respect the push plays coming out from TNC. At minute 4, they already saw the potential of that onward play, and it kind of felt like they're not learning their lessons out of those plays. I mean, surely you can argue that it was Renegade who was caught off. But after already being initiated upon, instead of trying to back out and out-sustain TNC, they obliged to the fight, which gave another death to Mycophobia.
And
NEXPLAY is just, I don't know if they're anxious or are they in this false sense of knowing that they have the damage, but they actually don't.
Yeah, but one thing also,
So
they're trying to gain control of the vision as well. But one thing that TNC did back there is they forced out the ultimate of Mycophobia, forcing Min to react, to use the ultimate plus the flicker, leaving NXPE no choice but to fight back.
Can they fight back here?
Yeah, but this will be a question for the Neon Tigers, but the base is getting damaged right here. But now the Lord being punished down by NEXPLAY EVOS. Renegade backline being on the penetration and the sustain here of our Uranus. Renegade still forcing out TNC to not get into base.
The Hitman has taken so much.
Yeah.
It's a miracle he's alive. Yelly Hayes pushing them back.
Yasuo leaving out the gap from that rearward manipulation. But still, look at that region right back on.
Close call. That's a Haas clause, good work.
Yeah. Hasclaws doing the magic and the damage. What will be the answer? Mycophobia gets down only Ben Things. 2-man knockup, but still, NEXPLAY EVOS targeting 1, but 2 members. The Yasuo secures the kill. There's no more time for NEXPLAY to attack back. Yasuo makes a double and a follow-up as well. Donut taking heavy damages. And
Ben
right
Things.
now, Yelly Hayes, the last man standing, connecting an arrow from Escalera, and TNC is saying, let's light up the fire. It's game number 1.
What a wonderful arrow. Did you see that? The last one. But before that fight erupted, it was actually an arrow as well that hit Hazen, which after the fatal links coming out from Mycophobia, disrupted further damage coming out from NEXPLAY EVOS.